going on, guys? My name is Sebastian here, checking in with you from p2pcourses.com. And today I want to touch on a really important topic that I get asked all the time. And that is, Sebastian, how do you grow your Instagram? Nowadays, 2018, that is the future of marketing. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Snap, all the social media, guys. And I want to give you 3 tips. I have my notes right here, guys, okay? I want to give you 3 tips that I've taken exactly from my course. I've taken the first 3 because without these first 3, you can't go on to the next 10 that I have on my chapter. So the first 3 are very important and you have to follow this order in order to get this right. Think of this acronym, CEC. C stands for consistency, the E stands for engagement, and the next C stands for collaborate. Keep that in mind. Let's begin with number 1, consistency. Like anything in life, if you're not consistent about it, you're not gonna get anywhere in life. For example, you're trying to lose weight this year, but if you go to the gym once a month, what is that gonna do for you? Nothing. Same thing on social media. And the way that these platforms are created, the algorithm favors accounts that can bring and pull people in for the longest amount of time. Think about it this way. Let's say that you own YouTube. Let's say that you were the owner of Instagram. Wouldn't you want your users to be glued to your phone as much as possible? Well, those are exactly the accounts they are pushing to get more exposure. So you want to be consistent, and on Instagram, I would suggest you post at least once per day. I know that back in the day, people would tell you, listen, post 2, 3, 4, 5. No, post once a day and then complement that with your Instagram story. That way you're giving people enough time for them to engage with you, and that way your posts don't get lost on people's feeds. So be consistent, posting 1 time a day, and that should get you started. Number 2, engagement with others. What do I mean engagement? The way that I like to look at this, guys, is before you go ahead and build a massive audience of 100,000, 200,000 followers, you need to be aware that you first need to create a solid community of people who want to hear your message. How do you do that? Add value to them. Tell people, help people, inspire people, sort of like the who, what, where, why, those 5 W. People want to be able to take away something from your content. If your content is not inspiring anyone, it's going to be very hard for you to build a community. I want you to imagine this. Imagine you're at a networking event with 20 people in your niche. Now on Instagram, you have the opportunity to really network, just like you were at an event with millions of people in your industry, in your niche, in your market. If you look at it that way, you're gonna want to begin building a community. Engage with them, guys. Go on your DM section and talk to the people who are dropping you messages, who are asking you questions, who wanna learn more. Guys, I don't care. Listen, in my opinion, I mean, I'm not the biggest influencer. I have around 500,000 total people in all my platforms. I don't care if you have 3 million followers, you need to be engaging with your audience. Why? Because people are taking their time out of their day to watch your videos, comment. They want to be able to communicate with you. And now, of course, there's always creepers on the platform. Watch that out. You know, don't pay attention to those. Once in a while, drop a comment back, reply to their DM. I can guarantee whenever you do that, that person will always be faithful. That's how you begin turning a follower into a fan. Number 3, once you are consistent about your social media, once you are engaging with your audience, building a community, then you're ready for number 3. The last C is collaborate. Collaboration is huge. Collaboration is what took me from having 2K to 200K. Collaboration is what took me from working with a startup brand to now working with Delta, right? Collaboration gets you a massive audience. Now, there's a specific way that you go about that without sounding too obvious that you want something from them, which it shouldn't be that way, and I'll tell you how I did it. Now, when I had 2,000 followers on Instagram, there was a page that had 2 million followers at the time. I just reached out to them. I did an icebreaker email, really complimenting their page. I didn't ask for a shout out. I didn't ask for nothing in return. I simply went to the person. I made myself accessible. Listen, if you want to go ahead and grab a coffee, go ahead, blah, 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 blah. I'm there for you. If you're ever in Miami, in my hometown, I'm there for you. If you ever need this, I'm there for you. I made myself accessible, and that opened the door for me to go from 2,000 followers to 200,000 followers. But how did that happen? That person, obviously, when an influencer has a whole bunch of people, they're doing something right. This whole social media game is not overnight, number one. Number two, it is not luck, it is a system to get to the attention of millions of people. So this person became a really good friend of mine, and to this day, we talk on a weekly basis. They mentored me on how to take my brand to the next level. And although I couldn't give them something material back in return, because I mean, obviously they had a lot going on for them, but I was there, guys. I made myself accessible, and that's so important. Remember this, Instagram, social media is all about connecting with people. It's all about community. You want to spend a third of your time hanging out with people who have less followers than you. Why? Because you're able to help, give back, want to be able to help others. The other third, you want to be able to spend your time with people who are at about your same level, you know, of following, of relationship, of connections. Those will become your friends. And then the other third, you want to spend with those people who are like 10 times bigger than you, that make 10 times the money you do, that have the 10 times the mindset that you do. Those will become your mentors. And without a mentor, it's very hard to learn. This is part of the reason why I created this system, to help other people do what we have been able to do and potentially start on my shoulder. Collaboration, very important, very important. Be accessible. Don't go and begging for shout outs. Don't be that guy. Be somebody who's there for them, who can give them life advice. I don't know. And that, I want to just recap our CEC. 3 ways to grow your Instagram. 1, consistency. 2, engagement. 3, collaborate. And guys, I took this from my course. The first 3 pointers from my course, p2pcourses.com, Passion to Profits. The reason why I'm giving these 3 for free is because it's fundamental. You can't move on to the logistics, how to, you know, when to post, how to growth hack, how to favor the algorithm, how to be able to go from 0 to 100,000, you know, all that. If you're not being consistent, if you're not engaging, building a community and collaborating, it's not gonna happen. If you want to check out my course that goes completely in depth on how to build a brand, on how to select a niche, how to build a name, how to create a social media, color psychology, how I edit my Instagram photos, how you should begin to tell your story without any words, all that will take your brand from 0 to 100. It's a fundamental course. I'm gonna leave you a code, a discount code for tuning in with me, and the coupon code is YouTube25. You get 25% of your total order, and you can go ahead and log in, register, and begin taking your course. I also mentor a small group of people on my Facebook group, so you'll have access to that as well, and many other benefits. Leave that up to you to go ahead and check it out. And thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Once again, my name is Sebastian, and drop your comments below in the comment section of what you liked about this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because I'm going to be dropping a lot more tips and hacks about social media. Once again, thank you so much. Take care.